Good morning friends. Remember in our last video we discussed on audit trail, its objectives and the sort of information that is available in audit trail. As was mentioned, today in this video we shall be discussing contents of the audit trail records, the types of audit trail analysis and its importance, advantages and disadvantages. So let's move on to our first subtopic for today, contents of the audit trail records. Audit trails contain all the relevant details associated with a transaction from the time, date and user information associated with that particular transaction to the more detailed financial data and reporting information that an auditor or the management may need. It contains all basic information to backtrack through the entire trail of events to its origin, usually the original creation of record. This may include user activities, access to data, login attempts, administrator activities or automated system activities. The audit trail contains records for all the automated events scheduled through an organization's system, while keeping special records for the detection of unusual or abnormal use, application failures, unauthorized access and other problem events for reporting and solutions. Coming to the types of audit trail analysis, audit trail review after an event, that is triggered by the events to diagnose, cause and remediate. Periodic review of audit trail data, which means reviewing bulk data to identify problems and behaviors. Real-time audit analysis, which is a part of an intrusion. Coming to the importance of audit trail, the audit trail provides a baseline for analysis or an audit when initiating an investigation. The purpose or importance of an audit trail takes many forms depending on the organization. An organization may use the audit trail for reconciliation, that is, comparing two records to check whether the figures and the nature are correct and in agreement. Historical reports, which means it provides a complete history or log of an activities performed on the transaction. Future budget planning, which means it helps the business to plan for effective future spending and avoiding unproductive expenses. Tax or other audit compliance, which means it helps the organizations in completing and showing correct record which support accuracy in audit and tax compliance. Crime investigation, which means records will serve as an evidence during any crime investigation. And at last, risk management. So the audit trail will help in managing system risks, preventing frauds, misappropriation and many such intrusion detections. Audit trails also help to provide visibility into the information, creating a system to accurately review operational activity, improve the way information is stored, secure authorized access to data and source of documentation. Coming to the benefits of audit trail, it provides information security, that is, tracing business processes and providing anomaly detection and prevention. Log aggregation, that captures all business related activities from all system, making fraud investigation easy. Ability to identify both fraud and process irregularities that needs attention. Internal fraud insiders wouldn't be likely to attempt frauds since their log data is being tracked. Digital forensics, which means every incident can be tracked by finding out who did what and when. Another benefit of audit trail is executive team has full control over the user activity. If tracked properly, every event can be used as evidence for legal proceedings. And advanced analytics for business process management, which provides individual performance and process level performance management and infrastructure. Coming to the compliance and data protection, which is another benefit of audit trail, it keeps logs safe as per the security requirement. Store proof for accesses, modifications and backup of sensitive data related activities. Use for real-time monitoring and visualization of personal data access by the employees and external contractors. Use Audit Trail to set up real-time alerting for money laundering concerns based on predefined rules. Allows the organization to reconstruct the data that was modified and the time it was modified so that everyone knows which backup to use. So like everything has an advantage and the disadvantage, even Audit Trail has a disadvantage. App developers create audit trails for the benefit of business users. The problem is that creating audit trail systems is quite complicated, so they are usually developed as an afterthought. But why are audit trails so complicated to build? Because the development requires the combination of a lot of moving parts, such as where to store the data, security of the data, messaging between the apps that contain the data to pass the data back and forth and to the database. An API layer is needed on top of the data if you want people to be able to access the data. A search engine on top of the data is needed because users might find this data valuable and they need to be able to search it. The accumulated data needs to be visualized so that users can draw insights from the data. Unfortunately, organizations often end up spending a lot of time building audit trails that are inconsistent in quality. At the end of the day, the consumers of the data are not satisfied because they can't even do the basic tasks like search the data for what they need or go back in time to troubleshoot what went wrong in recent transactions due to the number of restrictions in the system. Another drawback with audit log is that they are vulnerable. If an audit log is misconfigured, corrupted or compromised in some way, it becomes useless. So understanding the basics of audit logging is very important. Next drawback is that logs may be cumbersome to navigate as they increase in size, which can cause storage cost challenges. However, if used effectively, audit logs and trails can not only help in identifying problem areas but also provide the means to find remedies and protect the company from the problems associated with electronic record keeping challenges. If any organization talks about security in general, data privacy, secure transactions or integrity, audit trails have to be in place. So I hope I have been able to effectively communicate the importance and benefits of audit trail also in the respect of NGOs. For more such updates and tutorials, keep tuned to our channel and don't forget to subscribe it. Thank you.